we need someone who is a dictator but also a father figure for that matter. Ajue, I've gone to the extreme na hizi vitu lazima zifanywe, but development has to agenda, because in a family hautakosa watoto wawili, watu watatu, watundu, because the moment you crack the whip, people will hate you for what you are doing. Wacha nisiongee sana pipi. Change the public policy document and the foreign policy one. It will solve all the problems that we are experiencing today. Na watu watakuwa naenda majuu kutafuta kazi, tutakuwa na makazi hapa, because we have everything in Kenya, from the experts to the minerals that we need. Each and every technical ability iko Kenya. Shida is the foreign policy and the public policy document. Thank you for that, Pipi.
Thank you, Dolphin, for that submission as well. He says we should change our public document and our foreign policy document. Sijui kama tunakuanga na hizo, because clearly we don't. Otherwise tungekuwa tushazijua ziko. Niliona wali launch foreign policy document a few weeks ago, bwana Dolphin, but it seems like it's only for the e-visa thing. I see Malia and Red-Handed Akwapa. The conversation is going on well. You can also communicate with us through the comment section if you're busy, and we will read your comments where due. Naona Malia Minom Konoju and Red-Handed. Let's go to them. Of course, we are still calling upon you to support the show. Our brand is supported by you, the listener. Keep supporting us via the Tipja line. Malia.
Thank you, Peter. I think I want to address the previous two speakers. So, what Alwanda is saying is true, that this so-called opposition, they are trying to hijack. You are hearing Gachagua now saying that because he knows with him, so he's saying that now, can you join us? Can we close ranks? You know, we be in the same boat. And obviously, we know that these people know all what they want. They just want power for the sake of power, for their own benefit, you know. And we've seen them, like, they are part of the past that we want to get rid of, to put it mildly. They are part of the kind of politics that we want to put an end to. You know, we want to put it to sleep. And so we cannot really, you know, if they have to be in opposition and the so-called themselves opposition, and to then take on the opposition on Gen Z movement, because they are not, like, if you just look at even the composition of that so-called opposition, it's just like rejects. It's people they fell out with the current regime, or they never succeeded. Yes, I mean in the last elections. So don't say that these people, they are there out of conviction. They are there because they don't have an otherwise, and they want to remain relevant. So because now there is a problem, they now want to come in as they are going to save the situation. But if you just look at the people who are there, surely, even Linturi was a CS in this government. Gachagua was a deputy president in this government. So now when they fell out, you see somebody like unafutwa kazi, ama unajipata you are fallen out with the current, and now that's when you go to opposition. That is not it at all. Or you find that the coalition which you are in didn't make it to State House. So you decide now, let me be opposition. It doesn't work like that. You should be opposition based on principle, not on, of which even Raila himself, he has just been on opposition, not based on on any principle. It's just been based on trying to make the best of by he thought that he'll ascend to power. So we can't really call that action as such. Nile tu sasa, what else do you have to do? You go into oblivion if you're not going to be the opposition. So we don't want those kinds of people. We want people who have conviction and who are opposing based on principle, not based on eating the cake. So now you have to start eating the gravy train eaters who are there. So now you have to start pushing back because you don't want to, you want to remain relevant. You want to Kenyans to keep seeing you so that you, so that maybe they can vote for you in the next election. I don't know. So that group, Olwande is saying, surely we need to put a lot of distinction. As much as they may be able, may ride on, condemn what is happening, fine, atukatai, but we are not closing ranks with them because they are polluted actually. You know, they are polluted, and once we decide we are going to go ahead with them, you know, collaborating with them, we are now going to spoil the what we had in mind, the vision that we had in mind when this movement started, because we wanted a lot of cleanup, draining the swamp. Lakini sasa, if you are told you're going to take the rejects who are in the swamp, who are in the cesspool, now you are there, you are now going, I mean, going to be to work with them, you know, even you lose legitimacy, and their problems will rub off on you, their past and their whatever toxic past that they have will end up. They can even ask us to join based on principle. We can't join them because if they had not fallen out with the guy, they would still be in the government, they would still be doing the same things. And we saw how they were when they were Akina Matiang'i as well. We saw them when they were in power, what kind of people they were. So hatutaki hiyo caliber of people. Mambo ya kubadilisha policies and what not. You know, systems work as well as the people who are actually custodians of those systems. So if IBC, let me put an example of like IBC. If IBC is having a really good system, they can have an excellent system. Of that system, they are corrupt, they are can become their system, then is going to fail because the people who are there dealing with the system, handling the system. So under the cover of night, left and right. So you can do whatever you want to change the policies, but when a president comes in and he's like Kasongo and he's busy corrupting people, buying people left and right, so and then he's like, okay, there's this policy, there's this clause which is bringing for me Kizingumkuti to be able to, it's barring me from exploiting my position, abusing my office, abuse of office, it's abuse, it's stopping me. So I pay some people their hands, some people who are in parliament, and then I bring in another clause to counter. So we can change our, in fact, our constitution is one of the in the region. But our problem now is that the people who are supposed to be implementers and custodians, they're actually the ones who are busy abusing it. So we may do all that. We may do all those things of change the policy so that the president can't be able to be taking it to Nyanza, and then if you fall out with him, he can't deny you your location and whatnot. That's what we were doing when we were bringing devolution. We wanted every county to be assured of their which they're going to get, regardless of whether they are in the system, they are the ones who are in the seats or not. The seat, it doesn't matter. They'll still get their but currently this whole constitution, by the way, it rises and falls at the character of the person who is in office. That is just how it is. So if at all we cannot implement as at now, who says we are going to implement when we add more policies? We won't. So that's why if we know that this constitution rises and falls with the person who will be in the office, we need somebody who has a lot of integrity. We need someone who is, very principled and all that. You see, because if we get somebody who is not, you can see what is happening anyway, and we have a constitution. Now that thing has become like a toilet paper. Nobody is even bothered. It's only lawyers who keep on going to court that, oh, this has been violated, but the guy is what he wants. He's doing what he wants. He's like, there's no difference between now and the time of Moi when there was no meaningful constitution. He's behaving the way Moi used to behave. And then for those who are saying at Isasa, we buy shares of KPLC, then what you are saying is called insider trading. Yeah, you can say all that okay, let's angusha KPLC shares, let's sabotage Safaricom shares and all this. But you see, the point is here, when you're sabotaging those institutions which you consider to be government, to punish now these politicians who have decided that they're going to whatever they want, what happens is you end up hurting your fellow citizen. To hurt at now, let's boycott their restaurant, let's boycott their business, let's the shares and all these. The people who will feel that ripple effect is actually not so much the people who own the place there, the people who are employed there. How and you what end up? Okay, it's not that, because these people, they have our money, like they have, as in hata ukisema wafunge biashara zote zenye, we have been talking here about when they declare their wealth, when they're going for vetting, like for CS posts. We've been talking about that. And basically, we've been asking ourselves, which business is this that you do, which last year your net worth was this, now your net worth has jumped to 1 billion. Ini biashara gani unafanyanga? So we know very well, sio biashara yenye wanafanya, sio biashara yenye wanafanya na wakuwe na hiyo net worth, ni pesa yetu yenye wanaiba. So going to collapse businesses is just going to harm that shares, or whatever the thing is. It is just harming those small people who work there, the waiter, the chef, the who. Those are the people who will suffer, but not really the person who you are trying to target, because with money, with our money, pesa yenye anaenda kununua. You look at the investments that they make with the money, it can tell you it's not their money, because who is going to use now this DIG who alienda kununua nyumba $2 million, who, if you made that $2 million legit, like you worked for it, you had a business, you really used your mind, you really strategized and maneuvered mpaka you've made that $2 million. Tell me the truth. Anybody who has done a business, mtu mwenye amekwa kwa biashara, anaenda amemake hiyo pesa fair and square, ajakat any corners, ajaibia, nani ataenda kununua na hiyo pesa nyumba Dubai? Can you tell me? That money, once you get it, you want to reinvest it now to expand or you go into another business, you diversify. Those are the legit. Go even look at Warren Buffett, like the one of the wealthiest people in the US. Uko ni billion dollar billionaire, na msee hana nyumba Dubai, and he has been a billionaire like forever, dollar billionaire like forever. So the ways that our so-called leaders behave can tell you that hakuna sabotage, utawasabotage ati sasa the money they have, the riches they have is from stealing our money. That's why anaweza chukua hiyo pesa aeke kwa bag, aende apeleke Cayman Islands ama wherever there's a tax haven, Switzerland or wherever it is, aeke hiyo pesa kwa not work. You know, the one I'm saying that can be positive and it can really work is withdrawing. That one of withdrawing them is a very effective method, because this withdraw, you know, the access that they have to whatever funds that they get and whatever fringe benefits that they get from being in those offices is what is sustaining them, is what is making them wealthy. The moment when they no longer have that access, maisha yao pungulu inaenda hivyo. And that's why you see many of them wakishatoka kwa parliament ama watoke kwa hizo viti wanafirizikanga. Many of them, they feel people working in KPLC ama working in Safaricom who are with us in this journey of not even a journey, this hell of paying taxes until you are like now 60% of your paycheck is going to the government, as if you're and tuanze kufikiria vyenye nani anafikirianga, because that mindset ni ile mindset yenye Kasongo anakuanga nayo, and that's why you see anaenda ana insist that, for example, importing a car double the tax. That is a layman's understanding of economics. Huyu ni mtu mwenye hajasoma ama hajaangalia sasa hiyo kazi yenye walikuwa wafanya jump into things, but what Luende was saying that can we sign those nini tutoe pasaris, tutoe one by hata mtu mmoja, hao wengine watati. You can see what happened on 20. Tulianza kusema tunatoa watu mpaka wakaenda kuprint kusema forgive me, because that's where the gravy train is, and that's where we can hit them where it will. Na wakachill sana na wakakuwa humble, because that's where their resources come from. Hapo ndio pesa yao yote yenye unaona hii wenye wanaenda kununua nayo Dubai nyumba, that's